Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode number 426 of For Immediate Release. I'm Shel Holtz.
And I'm Neville Hobson. A few episodes ago, in fact in FIR 417, we talked about something called share of model. That is a new measurement standard that is emerging, it seems. Talking about voice, share of search, share of conversation across language models. ChatGPT is one in particular. News has just emerged in the last few days that Hubspot has launched a tool called AI Search Grader, which they say marks a significant development in digital marketing. It's quite interesting. It's free. It's designed to analyze brand awareness and sentiment across AI chatbots, responding to the growing trend of consumers using AI tools like ChatGPT for search. HubSpot says there's been a 37% increase in AI tool usage and an 11% decline in traditional search engine use. So the shift towards AI-driven search represents a paradigm shift in the industry, they say. Is it any good, though? The AI Search Grader aims to help marketers adapt to this shift by providing insights into how their brands appear in large language models, or LLMs, and AI search. It eliminates the need for manual testing and guesswork, says HubSpot, offering a straightforward way to understand brand performance in AI search environments. Optimizing for traditional search is no longer enough, they note. Prospects and customers are moving to ChatGPT, Perplexity, and other AI search engines for information. If your brand isn't showing up in AI search results, they say, you're missing a vital opportunity to reach your audience. Marketing company Velocity published a detailed report on the AI Search Grader, highlighting the tool's ability to provide a comprehensive analysis of brand performance in AI search environments, including an overall grade, brand sentiment score, share of voice score, and personalized analysis. It simplifies the process of assessing brand presence in AI search by automating prompt engineering and providing contextualized insights. AI Search Grader is free to use, as I mentioned before, allowing marketers to assess their brands and analyze competitors within their industry. I tried it earlier today, and I'm pretty impressed with the results I saw. You've just had a go at it, Shel, yourself, to have a look. We can talk about some of those results that we saw, but first off, what do you think of this? Is this a paradigm shift, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. And it's interesting because I'm still introducing people to Perplexity who haven't heard of it. It surprises me because everybody who tries it says, oh my God, this is so great, I'm never using Google again. And you would think the word would have spread by now, but apparently it hasn't. But OpenAI is going to be releasing their search tool soon. And since everybody's familiar with ChatGPT, I think the uptake of AI for search purposes is going to skyrocket after that. I think the amount of searching that happens in AI, you just referenced where HubSpot says we're at now, I think that's going to increase dramatically at that point. You're also going to see the number of searches happening on traditional search engines just fall off a cliff because people don't care about the issues that are being raised about AI search. They just want great results, and they're going to see what they get from these and be very satisfied and stick with it. So it's going to be vital for organizations to figure out how to show up in that. As I mentioned in the last episode, our long-form episode for August, I read somewhere that somebody was asking people, how did you find us, when they called to inquire about their product or service, and he was shocked at how many people said it was through an AI search. So they would probably score pretty well in this new tool, AI Search Grader from HubSpot. I tried it for the company I work for, and it said, wow, that's a great score. Yes. And I haven't seen the report yet. I just finished entering my information to have the report sent to me to get more detailed, but I can't wait to dig into that. But this is something that organizations that have been taking search seriously up till now are really going to have to dig into, because this is where people are going to start to find you more and more.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was quite so easy to use, and this is going to be one of those big appeals. There's no complexity in this, and indeed the output it gives you is written in extremely informal conversational terms. the form you fill in when you get on the homepage is actually interesting. It asks you for company name. What company do you want to look at? Location, meaning country, the product or service, and as it says in the tooltip on that, be specific. Describe it in terms as your customers would. So not any kind of jargony name that you use internally, but how people know it. And then the company type. What sort of category are you? Marketing firm, consulting firm, a non-profit, B2B, et cetera, et cetera. And then you hit the button and it says on it, powered by OpenAI. And it, in short order, gives you a screenfuls of results. I tried it earlier today. I was actually listening to a Taylor Swift track. So I thought, let me try Taylor Swift as the brand. And I thought, I did. And it produced some really interesting results. Some of it, you kind of know a lot of it. And it was on the button with its analysis of her singing ability, her songwriting ability, her fans, the market, etc. Its analysis started out with this. Taylor Swift is rocking it in the entertainment world. ChatGPT responses show a strong positive sentiment towards her, with 53 instances of positive mentions. That's fantastic. She's praised for her versatility, songwriting prowess, and genuine connection with fans. Of course, there are a few critiques here and there, but overall the vibes are mostly positive. That's very informal. But that gives you a start point to get into it. It talks then about her strengths, musical versatility. It goes into detail about transitioning between genres. And that's what you get yourself if you're a fan or if you're reading any of the articles about Taylor Swift from this perspective. It talks about fan engagement. She is unparalleled in her connection with her fan base. So it goes into a lot of detail on that. There are weaknesses. And in fact, it's interesting that it talks about public image isn't always as spotless as it might seem. It goes on to a lot more information. It ends up with conclusions. It talks about her share of voice. It talks about, in the context of this particular search, the record labels and where they are with this, and how she contrasts against the formality of marketing with her informal approach and engagement. This really is quite interesting, given it's an AI that's produced this. It's not a human being in there. Big names, it talks about themes and trends. Labels she mentioned, Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group, and literally loads of others are in there too. Streaming platforms. It even ventures an observation that her strategic moves with streaming services could set her apart from her competitors. And that's a market position they're taking. So this is very useful. I think if I were, working for a large enterprise with brands, I would use a tool like this to start me off, as it were, that you could then maybe compare this with the detailed stuff you might do otherwise. But this is going to make it dead easy for people. The only thing or the prime thing that was in my mind as I was using it was, this is the first time I'm using it. It's brand new. Do I trust what it's telling me? The company's highly reputable, Hubspot, a solid reputation, but is this accurate? So if they say she's got X% or Universal Music Group has 14% of the market, is that true? So I would want to double check some of the stuff, and that might be a hurdle for some if you're going to have to go through that. So this, though, I think you're right. I agree. The paradigm shift, this could be one. Velocity has a detailed report on it. They wax very enthusiastic about this. And so I haven't seen any other reports yet, probably because it's so new. But it looks very, very interesting.
As I was listening to you, my report came in after I submitted the information that it requested. So this is one of those things where they're going to be marketing to me after this, but it provides me with an analysis that's pretty interesting. Now, under strengths and weaknesses, we are a B2B organization. There's not a lot of stuff written out there by customers about us. So it seems pretty obvious to me that the training set that it pulled, OpenAI pulled in order to produce this result for HubSpot came straight from Glassdoor, because I monitor that and we write responses. And what I'm seeing is strengths and weaknesses are exactly what people put into their Glassdoor reviews. But share of voice, I found fascinating. We got a 12 out of 20. It showed us how our brand presence measures up in our industry. And it's very gratifying because at 12%, I look at the other companies that are our competitors here and how they're doing. And they're national and international companies that are roughly the same as us. So for a regional builder to be getting that kind of share of voice, I think is a testament to the work that my team has been doing. But it also gives us themes and trends, information about our market presence, about detailed product and service recognition, and competitive landscape insights. So this is really useful. I'm already planning to copy this and share it around the organization. This is a pretty intriguing tool. And I could certainly see running it against our competition as well to find out what their strengths and weaknesses are and where we could leverage that information in our external communication.
Yeah, I mean, I could see this being extremely valuable if you could do comparative analysis. It doesn't look like you can do that. It's one thing at a time that you would do, but it would come up with comparisons in its assessment. But having something specifically like that, this probably isn't going to do that. They don't have a huge amount of information on the site that tells you, how often can you use it. It says you can use it as often as you like. Who should use it? Well, it's designed for anyone who wants to better understand their brand presence. In AI search engine results, it's actually really important to keep emphasizing that this is a tool that analyzes brand presence in AI search engine results, not your normal Google or DuckDuckGo or whatever. It's designed for this. And I think I can see, it strikes me from the results that I saw and what you've seen as well now, is HubSpot have put a lot of thought into this for it to be able to generate this kind of information. And we shouldn't be too surprised, I don't think, anymore, with the speed with which these tools let this work. I think about, for instance, when I use Perplexity on researching topics of things. And I did something today that toed and froed over a half an hour with me asking further questions. And every time I had asked a question, and including when I'd attached a PDF file, in one case it was a 16-page document, literally in 6 seconds it came back with a detailed response. So this is fast, and these are computers doing this. It's not a human being. So we shouldn't be too surprised, as long as it's accurate. And I think I'm not sure yet about this tool in terms of how would I accelerate the process of trusting it. And in fact, if I were HubSpot, I might want to have some kind of reference to this on there. And maybe not as direct as how do I trust you, but something that kind of explains proactively why you should trust HubSpot with this. So maybe that's coming. This is new, but it's something that I would say anyone listening to this, try it out and see for yourself what you think.
And broadly speaking, I mean, HubSpot's been around for a long time. They have a sterling reputation. I can't imagine that they would put that reputation on the line in order to put something out dodgy in a hurry that accommodates this interest.
I was thinking mostly that like an oops, like something hadn't been thought of.
Right.
They might help if they did say something about we've done X and we stand by everything you're going to see, and that would reassure a lot of people.
Undoubtedly, the reason this is free right now is to get people to use it so they can uncover some of that. It's that testing in the wild that we saw when ChatGPT 3.5 came out.
Yeah.
And they're going to take that feedback and use it to improve it before they start charging. Because I can't imagine that this is just a lead generation tool. This is pretty valuable.
No, I can't imagine. It's actually interesting. You got a report. I didn't get a report by email.
Oh, I don't know if it came by email. After I filled in the form that it asked for, my email address and my phone number and all, it just showed up on that screen.
Got it. Okay, I got that too. So what I did was did a long, with Snagit, a long screen grab.
Exactly what I'm going to be doing.
And then had Snagit give me the text, grab all the text out of the image and give me a document, which is done. And not a single spelling mistake. That's really quite impressive. So, okay, fine. A couple of workarounds here to do that. And you could, I suppose, copy and paste to get the images in there and all that kind of stuff if you want. But I mean, that's one way. So if they were, because there's no login to this, you just use it. So I guess if you had an account, that would then give you a report. That would be better. So maybe that's coming.
Yeah, one of the things that I'd really like to see on this, in case anybody from HubSpot is listening, is an export button for this data, because I can't just share this URL with the people in my organization. I need a way to be able to send this around, and right now Snagit is pretty much what I'm limited to.
Yeah. No, it's a good tool. So
export
try
as
it out.
PDF would be awesome.
It would, or a markdown file too. That would be another option. I would like that. But I would say test it out, try it out, see for yourself what you think of it. If you want to share your experiences with Shel and I, well, you know where to go to send us a message. So, let us know what you think.
And the link to it will be in the show notes, and that'll be a 30 for this episode of For Immediate Release.